Hello and welcome to Kids Corner. It's Shirley, and so Winston's over there sitting on the windowsill because he didn't want to ruin the view of the new project that we're going to be starting. So you may be able to see we are going to make a toilet paper nativity scene, and we'll be making the various pieces of it between now and New Year's Day on Tuesdays. So please keep joining us. Now today we are going to make a camel. And Sir Winston and I, when we've been putting this together, we have been looking at different levels of difficulty so the whole family can participate in doing it. So we have two different camels. We have one camel for the younger people that haven't perhaps made too many toilet paper roll animals, and we have another camel. And I'll show you how to make both of them today, and I'll leave you with an email address that you can email to get the patterns for this if you don't want to try drawing them out on your own. So what are we going to need to do this? Well, we can use a toilet paper roll, or today we're actually using a paper towel roll. And these are kind of very convenient because they're in the color of a camel. And as usual, we'll need glue, pencil and eraser, scissors, and crayons or markers. If you're going to use a paper towel roll, you'll need to cut it in half, because otherwise, as you could see, our camel would be way too tall. If you're using a toilet paper roll, well, then you wouldn't have to cut it at all. For our more difficult version, what we'll want to do is to cut the roll to make legs. And I've already done this, and you can see that you cut the roll up quite a bit. Now, did you know a camel doesn't have hooves? A camel's feet has like 2 toes on it. So what we're going to do is draw the toes for our camel. And they have what looks like 2 big toenails. So we'll kind of draw one toenail, and we'll put lines on either side to make it look like his feet. And then we'll go over to the other side. And so you can see now what the toes look like. Now, to make our camel, there's going to be 2 pieces that we're going to cut out of our scrap paper. And I forgot to mention you needed scrap paper. And I'm going to show you what they look like because they're so small that once I hold them up in my fingers after I've cut them out, you wouldn't be able to see them. So they're an ear and an eye. And what you want to do is to fold over a piece of scrap paper and trace out both of those and cut them out, and then you can color them. Now, it's very convenient to have a brown toilet paper roll, but it is challenging to get a color of crayon to match it. So what I did was I actually used 2 different colors. I used a brown and a gray. And so I colored one side of the ear here, the gray-brown, and a lighter color inside for the inside of the ear. But then I turned the ear over and colored it all the brown gray because a piece of the ear can stick up behind our camel. And then I colored my eyes after I cut them out to what's showing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put our eyes on the camel, and then we'll draw in the rest of the face. So a little bit of glue on our eyes. And pick up the first one, pick up our camel, there, pick up the second one. It's kind of tricky sometimes to do it because you have glue on your fingers and it likes to stick, so we'll press it down and we'll show you what we did there. Now we're going to draw the camel's face, and to give you a hint of what we're doing, the camel's face will look a lot like this. So in my case, it's good to sketch it out beforehand with pencil, and that's what the eraser's there for too. I've done a bit of sketching out, so I'm going to try to do it in with my marker. And I'll start around the top of the eyes, and our camel has big eyelids. So I'm going to put almost like a flattened circle on the top and the bottom of each eye. And then we'll put, kind of going up to the forehead, put a line from the outside of the eyelid up to the top. Then if we go down piece, we're going to draw 2 nostrils. So they're a little like flattened circles. We're going to color them in. Then we're going to draw a fine line that'll go almost the full way around each side of the nostril. On the outside of the circle, we're going to come in, and it's almost like we're going to draw a Christmas bell for his nose that'll come out and join the other side. You can kind of see there what we're talking about. Then, kind of just the even way between the 2 nostrils, we'll draw a line down, and we're going to come out kind of in a bit from the bottom, and we're going to draw, well, it's almost like the petal of a flower that's coming out, and we'll join the 2 of them up. Draw a little half circle where the 2 of them join up at the bottom, and that is his mouth, and then we'll make a lower lip. And then we'll draw the rest of the outline of the face. That'll come down and then follow the outside, taking a little dip around the lower lip and around kind of the muzzle, and then go back out to join the outside of the bottom eyelid. You can see what it looks like there. Then we'll take a lighter colored crayon. I'm going to try a peach, and we're going to color in the nose and the mouth. Now, sometimes it's hard to see a peach color there, so if you had paint or a marker, it might work better, but I don't have a peach colored marker. We're going to take our 2 ears, and we're going to put a little bit of glue on the back of the ear. You have to pay attention because they each have a good side and the back side, and you want to make sure that when you glue them to the right side. And there we are with our camel. Now if you want to get really fancy, you can draw a tail on the back, so the camel's tail is very skinny, and then it has hair on the end of it. There we are with our camels. For the other one, if you want to email me for the pattern, or you'll see if you're on United Churches for Dartmouth or maybe the Grace site, that I'll post the pattern at the same time, and you can cut out the pattern, color it, and glue it in, And depending if you have a younger member of the family doing this, then they don't need to make the legs. They can just do it all one color. Shall we have a little prayer together? If you could bow your heads and repeat after me. Loving God, thank you for being there for us. Thank you for the people who look after us. Help us to be kind to others and to your world. Amen. And we'll see you next time at Kids Corner.